What's going on? All right. Yo, what's going on, guys? Mason here, back here with a stream. Today I'm joined by David Hazard and
What's going on, people?
Zidane, aka
Yeah,
Zidane,
yeah.
aka Realist TV. And today we're going to talk about problems at Manchester United. Sorry about that, if you can hear that. Ruben Neves being targeted by Manchester United, and the players are unhappy with Raul's tactics and coach work. But let's just get on with it. Ruben Neves, obviously, I know we're targeting him, but the problem is we've been targeting him a lot of times. We targeted him in the summer, we never got him eventually. But do you think this time, now we're in the need of a centre mid, do you think Ruben Neves is the right player for Manchester United? Start with you, David. What's your opinion on Ruben Neves if we do get him?
Yeah, I'd take. I even said in the summer, bro, that we needed a deep line playmaker, someone that could rest the ball, like spray balls from deep, switch the play, because we struggle to break down low blocks as well. So Ruben Neves will definitely help out with that as well. So I think that would be a good buy. If you get him for like 35 million, then I'll definitely take him. But the question is, if he say Ralph changes the formation, can he play as a lone CDM? I'm not too sure, but definitely if we stick with a 4-2-3-1 and a double pivot, then I think you can definitely do that with maybe a box-to-box midfielder next to him as well. So yeah, I think that would be a good buy for us, man. That's like the exact kind of play we need. I feel like we still haven't. I even said this during the summer. We still haven't replaced Michael Carrick, like a proper deep line playmaker, a CDM that can play. So yeah, I think Neves will be like the perfect signing for us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Zidane, what's your opinion?
Yeah, man. On Ruben Neves, I've watched Ruben Neves. He's a good player, intelligent player, got a good passing range. It's more like I think more like a deep line playmaker, isn't it? He plays in the two for Wolves, and mate, it'll be a good signing. It'll be a good signing on what we need. It'll definitely be an upgrade on McTominay, Fred. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Especially McTominay. But listen, man, does he fit Ralph Ragnick? Like, would he come in January? Does he fit the style of play that Ralph Ragnick wants to play? You know what I'm saying? But I know he's only here for 6 months, don't get me wrong. But,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Yeah, I think my opinion on Ruben Neves is I would take him personally. I think he would have been a huge upgrade. I would take him in the summer. I said we should have got Ruben Neves. He was a very good price for us, but we ended up didn't get him. We were targeting him. I don't know if we'll get him or not. At this situation, he would be a great signing because, again, he would have been the improvement. It's just would he fit under Raul's system? I'm not too sure about that,
Yeah,
but
that's the question.
that's the question, big question. Can he fit under Raul's system? Um, because honestly, McTominay, bang average, one good game, and everyone was saying McTominay told you McTominay was good. McTominay's never been good. It was just the only players that I think the only people that rate McTominay is the Scotland fans, and even he plays the centre back for Scotland.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
get midfield,
he plays centre back. So, and I'm surprised that England didn't score past him in the Euros. Fucking Harry Kane, you're shit, mate. But anyway, basically, I think McTominay's crap. We had him next to Matic against Wolves. And I don't think Matic, and the people say Matic is the problem. I don't even think Matic was the problem. It was McTominay who was mainly the problem, next to Matic. If Matic has a proper box-to-box player next to him, we would have been if we had Pogba in that midfield, honestly. If we had someone like Pogba in that midfield, or Donny van der Beek, yeah? Or even Fred. I prefer Fred's better than McTominay. Either one of those three players, right, we would have been in a whole better situation against Wolves. But instead, McTominay was terrible. His passing was terrible. He gave the ball away a lot. Didn't track back. Matic was doing more of the job, and he was relying. And at the Burnley game, right? He had a good game. Don't get me wrong. But why do you think he had a good game? He got outside. He got into Burnley's box and took a shot outside the box. That's what McTominay's good at.
So much space, wasn't it?
Yeah, space. That's what he's good at. He did that last season. I think He did that against Leeds United. I think it was 5-2, and he did that last season against West Ham or Southampton. He gets a shot on the edge of the box. McTominay's good. McTominay's happy with that. I don't know where Zidane is. I'll add him back to the stream. But no,
Yeah,
I think
sorry guys. Can you hear me?
that's all right.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear
Yeah,
you.
my
But
bad.
yeah, McTominay, he's just a shit player. Like
Yeah,
there was
so-
loads of Deadwood players we should get out of here, you know. And that's we will get to that subject very soon because there might be some players going in this January window, which some might be good, some might be bad. But yeah, Ruben Neves would be an absolute good signing for us. But I do think we also need an extra midfielder just in case. I would personally get another midfielder just in case because
yeah,
I think Ruben Neves would be great, but I think get another one just in case and a sweet transfer window. Maybe a backup striker if Cavani goes or Martial goes because you know they're going to definitely go. One of them's going to go. I don't know about Cavani because Cavani is getting now game time, so he might change his mind. He did that last time, but Martial will definitely be going. But no, I think Ruben Neves would be great. But on to the next subject: players unhappy with Ralph's tactics, system, and all that. Loads of players are unhappy at Manchester United. But David, what's your opinion on the players being unhappy? Because they're getting game. Some of these are getting game time. Some of these are getting game time. You know, and some of the men, like the people that ain't getting the game time, fair enough. But some of these are getting game time. So, what's your opinion on the players and their attitude? Like, what's going on? What's your
you
opinion?
know what? Do you know what, bro? It's just a lack of discipline. They've been going through these past 3 years with fucking Ollie, man. Like the amount of freedom they had to be able to do what they want. There was no obviously there was no system. We didn't see no tactics or anything, like no philosophy. Like there was no strict, way for the players to, follow the structures of the manager. They basically just did what they want. Like Ollie would literally just tell them, go out there, enjoy yourself, and just what I mean. Wait, basically, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think
Cool.
exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
because you first for a bit.
you
Man.
sound a bit like a robotic, mate. I think that's my.
Oh wait, let me join back.
All right. Yeah.
Wi-Fi is acting silly, man.
Yeah, that was robotic. Welcome to the stream, Jesse. So I think it was my internet's being a bit of pain too. But as Davey was going on about Ole and these players are used to Ole. I get what he was saying. These players were told to do whatever they want when under Ole, but now they're under a proper manager like Ralph. They're gonna act all like crybabies. Yeah, David, finish your point.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you, mate.
Yeah, finish your point.
Yeah, I was saying it's just the lack of discipline, like players like Bruno, like the amount of freedom he got under Ollie, like he was just doing what he wants. He wasn't tracking back or anything. But now there's actually a manager who wants the players to follow, his style of play and his way of his philosophy, obviously, and the players are struggling with that because they haven't, gone through that type of process in like 3 years with Ollie, man. So I just think it's the players and the mentality of this team, like Maguire, bro. This guy's been relegated 4 times and he's trying to get onto fucking Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo's not the problem. Ronaldo is a proven winner, and Maguire, players like Maguire, Shaw, Greenwood as well. Like these guys are fucking serial losers, and they're trying to complain about Ronaldo being a problem for their team. But first of all, you got to play to Ronaldo's strengths. That's why he's not, scoring as much, like not performing every game as well. And yeah, man, it's just a lack of mentality as well. I think the only proven winners we have are Varane and Ronaldo as well, man. But like the rest of the team,
Mate, that's spot on, man. That's spot on. And Pogba, don't forget Pogba as well, because he's won 13 trophies in his career. Yeah, and mate, there's a few winners, and there's been reports about Maguire not being happy. Mate, why you in? What do you mean? Yeah, you're the captain. What are you talking about? You're not happy with Ronaldo? How dare you? How dare you question him? This guy's won everything. Yeah, apart from frigging World Cup, he's won everything, and then you're getting angry and frustrated now because what? Your standards are in the sewers, and his standards are high. And I think he's won Bissaka as well, Luke Shaw. I think it's some of the English core as well. You know, not happy and stuff like that. I mean, it's like turn it in, man. You don't want to be here. Yeah, just get lost. You know what I'm saying? Put in a transfer request, get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. I think Luke Shaw. When I watched the Wolves game, Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka was shit. Like honestly.
Yeah.
In fact, Luke
They're
Shaw.
both overrated.
Both Luke Shaw got turned by Adama Traore. Right? We all moaned at Fred for doing it, but I didn't see any moaning at Luke Shaw for that. But we moaned at Fred for when Traore turned him. Luke Shaw got turned, and I didn't really see anything. And I'll tell you what, man, you could blame Phil Jones all you want, but where the fuck was McTominay with Martinez? Was it Martinez who scored? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez, yeah.
Yeah, where was the midfield? Where was it? Honestly, I know Matic and McTominay should be there, but Matic has been also trying to track back more. But McTominay would been nice for McTominay to do that for once. Like that's what I mean. These players, and I'm not saying it's Brexit FC, but it feels like we're in Brexit FC because Delort and Telles get dropped in that game. Like I know Telles, look, he's not. People will say he's not the best defensive, but going forward more, he's better than Luke Shaw. He's a lot more better than Luke Shaw. I watched him at Porto, a lot more better. I don't care if it's a Portuguese league or not. He was so much better than Luke Shaw. And Delort didn't have a single bad game when he's played.
I don't get it. I don't get why they got dropped because, especially after the Newcastle game, like they didn't really put a foot wrong. It was like mainly the midfield, the attackers as well, and the defense. Obviously, like Maguire and Varane, they were horrible that game. So I don't understand why the fullbacks got dropped.
Mate, I'm sorry, but I've seen some of these streamers and Mark Goldbush like in saying Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw deserves to be in the team. Like saying Luke Shaw's better than Telles. Wan-Bissaka should be dropped. Why is there agenda on Wan-Bissaka? There's agenda on Wan-Bissaka because when you watch Wan-Bissaka, right, he glues to the centre backs. You see the positioning is so poor. And then when he's crossing, right, I do not care what anyone says. I don't care if he'd gone forward or not. His crossing was a joke. Like if that was Delort came on Newcastle, right? I think he came on for Newcastle, wasn't it? Or no, second.
No, he started against Newcastle.
He started
against Burnley.
Came on Burnley and actually whipped him some good crosses. But then for Newcastle also, he whipped in a good cross to Cavani, and Cavani got the goal. That's what. And I'll tell you what, right?
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, Sancho. I can't blame Sancho because why are we playing him on left wing? Why are we playing him left mid? Why are we playing
You know what, Mason? On Sancho, I don't even think he's left wing, right wing because I think he's quality. You can play both, but I think the system. I think the biggest thing about Sancho, and it's a bit dangerous now, isn't it, with Sancho because he's not this like pacey winger. He's not an explosive winger that could just beat people with pace and stuff like that. He's a very give and go player, specific type of player that you need to play him in a system where you're gonna give him the ball. He's gonna pass it to another player, and then they pass it by link up. Yeah, even like Ten Hag or something like that could come in the summer, and you could see like the best of Sancho. But I think it's a system, man. System is it like when Ole bought him. This is how I know Ole is a clown because how can you buy a Sancho, chase him for 2 years, and then you just come in and drop him like that? It don't make sense, does it? And then you couldn't even find a way to put him in the team. Or like, mate, we're in a big mess, man. We're in a big mess, mate. Like a lot of players are unhappy. And I feel sorry for Ralph. I really feel sorry for Ralph because he's got a lot of he's got his hands tied. You know what I mean? He's got a big mess, and it's a shame he doesn't have full control. If he had full control, he could have told you guys, mate, we're gonna just bin you and get rid of you if you don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's upsetting, man.
Yeah, facts, man.
There's something. I think Dan Fletcher he's probably got more control than Ralph. Like we're seeing Ralph on the sidelines loads of times. I see Fletcher more. I think something's got to go on. I think Fletcher's playing Chinese whisper to Ralph, and obviously Ralph doesn't. It is his big job, isn't it? And unfortunately, he's saying yes, and Dan Fletcher is the main problem at this club right now. You know, not just the players, it's Dan Fletcher too. It's the board, but it's also Dan Fletcher. Now, I'm not saying Ralph. I'm unhappy with Ralph because look, I would take Ralph over whoever else. But there was one guy that we should have gone straight away. I do not care what anyone says. Conte wanted the fucking job. I'm sorry. I like Ralph, but for fuck's sake, I'm watching Spurs right now, and I'm looking at Conte, and I'm like, oh, right, that could have been us. This could have been us. We could play great football. You know, draw maybe. You know, by the time we lost to Leicester game, right, I think we could have got Conte anyway. And then we played Leicester, and then we played Man City. And look what Conte did to Tottenham. You know, he drawed against Liverpool. You know, not a win, but not a loss.
Spurs just could have.
They dominated.
Yeah, they done well. We've got battered 5-0. Think of it. And Conte, you know, semi-final Tottenham. Tottenham's over us, I think, at the moment. They're above us. They're playing brilliant football. They're definitely going. They'll probably get top 4 now over us. The way they're playing, they're going to buy some players, and that's what I mean. We need to be hungry in this window. If this board does not get any players, we're screwed. Midfield, I don't care. I know people say, yeah, top 4 might be gone. It will be gone if we don't get a midfield. It'll be worse because if we keep this midfield, I don't care if people say last year Ole got the job. And I'm not saying this name, but this guy said Ole got second with this midfield. But who chose to pick McFred? Who chose to pick Victor Maguire? It was Ole. So don't tell me Ole got second because of himself and he had a shit squad. He got second because of these players and the forwards and Bruno Fernandes last season. You know, I don't want to hear that. But I tell you what, Chelsea, they're going to get some players in there. They're probably going to get a new centre-back or something. You know, Arsenal's definitely going to try and get a little bit more players into their squad. Tottenham, they're getting players. You know, we need to start getting players. You know, I'm seeing Ruben Neves getting targeted, but that's about it.
There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players out there. There's a lot of players that we can get. Midfielders, you know what I'm saying? Even I've been hearing Arsenal. Arteta's realised that they're short in position, so they'll definitely look at options. And they're pushing for Vlahovic. Yeah, so they know an area that they need to go for in January. Tottenham, Conte already said he's going to make signings. Chelsea are going to make they're going to get a left back. You know, I mean, they're going to make signings. And we've been hearing today that, you know, Man United are not planning to, and you know that's very concerning because we can miss out on top 4. You have to identify the key areas in the team and make a signing. You know what I mean? There's no excuses as well. There's a lot of midfielders out there. Kamara's there. Kamara from Marseille, available for 10 million, free in the summer. Go get him in January. Get that done. You know what I'm saying? Even Haidara from Leipzig, go get him. Zakaria, 6 million. Push. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuses, man. Sick and tired of this board.
It's bullshit, and I think the board is the problem too. The board is the problem too. I don't care what anyone says. These boards are getting off too much, right? We start rioting, then we get Ronaldo, and everyone's giving them a fair shake of hand and saying, yeah, you've done a good job. We now back you up. I never back the board. Just because they got that, I told everyone, just because they had that window where, and they, even in that window, right, they still mucked up a little bit. Because there's one thing they did not get, which would have been the icing on the cake, that midfield, and they would have sacked, and they didn't sack Ole as soon as Leicester, right? As soon as Leicester, right, we lost to Leicester 4-2, that should have been a nail in the coffin. You've had a poor start, right? You've drawn to Southampton. You barely beat Wolves. You had that one good game against Leeds, and that's it. Right? We've been lucky. And this guy gets to stay. He lost. We had to wait 4-1 to Watford when this could have been done ages ago. The
Standards have dropped.
Exactly. Standards dropped. The board is dropped. We kept Ed Woodward, right? And we're still, I think we're secretly still keeping him. When we said in March or April last year in 2021, and he was going. So why are we keeping him? Why are we keeping Ed Woodward? What is Ed Woodward? Ed Woodward's been here since 2013, right?
He's going
20,
in January at the end of January now.
which is your belief, but
Fabrizio came out.
I'm glad he's going because we've put up with him for nearly 9 years, but it's been really 8 years. But like, what's he done? He's done nothing. He's bought the worst. Like, we've had some bad signings. Like, yeah, there's been a couple good signings I can name off, but mainly I've not really seen any positive signings. Not really. Like, they've all been shocking. Absolutely
Because
shocking.
Ed Woodward, he's not a football person, man. He's more like a commercial or brand side of things. Even Louis van Gaal said, like, Ed Woodward does not know football. The Glazers don't know football. We need more football men at the top of this club, man. Like, when Ralph Ragnick goes into the consultancy, I think as long as he has like control over transfers, scouting, and all this stuff, then I think that'll be a good step in the next direction to becoming a big club again. Because we act like a small club, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just another thing, bro. Like these board members don't know ball.
Exactly, they don't know.
100%, 100%, man.
They don't know
100%. You know what I mean? We need to listen. Like, I think Ralph Ragnick came out and said, like, on the midfielder issue that there's a profile, like there's clearly a profile that we're lacking. Yeah, but we have to work with what we had. So when he says there's a profile missing, he's dropping a hint that we need a midfielder. Obviously, he didn't say it directly, but that hint that we need a midfielder, yeah, he says it doesn't help if there's a profile missing. We need to work the players we have. So he clearly wants a midfielder, and I feel like he's spoken to the board already and said, I want a midfielder, yeah. But there's another part where the board cannot give him one. Because remember, Ragnick's interim, he can go to the board and say, guys, I want a midfielder. If they say no and they're not getting it, there's nothing he can do. Unless he freaking, says, no, you guys are undermining me, I'm going to get the hell out. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
bro, it depends, man, on this January. I think we will get a midfielder. I think we will. You know what I'm saying? But we never know with this board. As you said, David, how many football people do you have in the boardroom? How many? What? Martin Fletcher? No. You know what I mean? Only Ragnick knows football in this club. You know what I'm saying? That's scary, man.
It is absolutely scary. But also now mentioning players. There's a lot of players I think we're going to get rid in this window. There was players that want to go. Donny van de Beek, I think, will be one of them. Poor guy. Like, I feel bad. We're not. This is a guy that I know we've said. I know fans will say, yeah, you didn't have sympathy for the other guys, but the other guys had their opportunities. Van de Beek's not had really of an opportunity to express himself, to show what he's got yet. Like, but I don't even think he's had a bad game yet when he's played fully. Like, that's what I mean. Like, Martial's going in January. We know that, which to me is stupid because Martial should be replacing Cavani.
Yeah, exactly.
Cavani's overrated, guys.
Facts.
I'm saying this right now. Just because Cavani had that little goal draw last season where he was on a little run does not make him good. He runs like a headless. I was watching him yesterday. Not yesterday.
Against
he was shocking. He's running like a headless chicken. Right, just because he press and he tracks I've seen what he presses. That's about it. Like, it doesn't matter. Martial holds the ball up perfectly fine, right? He's a much more better striker, and he will do stuff. He will make stuff happen in that striker position. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He
it's
will
quality.
be the guy. He's
Dude,
quality.
the way I like Martial a lot, man, and I think it's a shame because I wanted Cavani to leave. I want Martial to stay at least until the summer. Because every time, I watch Ronaldo and Cavani. The two of them cannot hold up the football, mate. They cannot link play as well. So anytime the balls we're passing it to them, it keeps coming back because they don't know what to do. Like with their back to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And I love Ronaldo. But I'm gonna say as it is, the guy's just a poacher. Yeah, that's facts. You need to give him service, mate. With Martial now, Martial can create chances by himself. Yeah, and he can also make the attack look cohesive. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
mate, it's a shame, man, because even now we want to get rid of Martial, but he's on 250K a week, which is a disgrace because he shouldn't be on there in the first place. Yeah, and now we're gonna keep an unhappy player in the dressing room. Who knows? He might not even leave this January. You know what I mean? And it just creates a little environment in the dressing room, even though the dressing room is already toxic. But yeah, man, as you said, Mason Cavani, mate, mercenary, man. That guy, I don't know the fans hype around him, mate. Can you explain? I don't know.
I
No, it's
honestly
because he
don't know.
runs around a lot. He tracks back and all that. You know,
Yeah, that's
shows
what I
passion.
said. And he had that little goal run
Exactly.
last season, so they obviously love him so much. But when Martial had that moment where he had that season, right, and then he
Yeah.
has that poor season, which he had a couple bad games that was his fault. I can name a couple, but again, we're seeing what happens with when Ronaldo gets in his team. He's not getting no service. There's no difference with the striker. That's what I mean. Ronaldo in the summer, right? I love Ronaldo, right? But if you offered me a midfielder, I rather would take the mid. I'd get Ronaldo is the biggest. He's the best player in the world. But if you have a midfield, right, of McTominay and Fred, who's not going to pass it to your strikers, and you're buying Ronaldo, and you're keeping those two midfielders, your strikers
Can't
will
pass
never
between the lines.
exactly.
Yeah,
Your
literally, they
striker
can't even pass between the lines, man. Like
exactly.
they can't even pass forward.
Your
It's
striker will
always
never get. Your striker will never get service. Never, never. So buying Ronaldo is
Exactly. Like even Fred. Fred tries to do it. But he can't do it a lot. So when Fred keeps on doing that, fans notice and turn on him and say,
he.
"Oh, he's giving it away." But McTominay hides. That's what McTominay does.
And then with
Hides.
yeah, he has
Fred,
You know what I
the ball.
mean?
He's meant
with
to be the CDM, but
yeah,
obviously he's literally hiding behind the opposition players because he doesn't want He doesn't want the ball, and because he's not press resistant, he can't play out of press. Like Van der Beek can definitely do that. He's press resistant. That's definitely suited to Ralph's system, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
press resistant football.
Exactly.
So I don't understand why Donny Van der Beek doesn't get game time and fucking bums like McTominay get like game time ahead of him. So. And yeah, McTominay doesn't even fit like Ralph's system, does he? Like, I just
no.
don't understand why he still plays.
Fred's
It's just
good.
high energy. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
High
Fred.
energy.
The thing
that,
about
bro.
Fred is, I was gonna say, I could see what Fred's style is. He breaks up you can see he's more of a breakup player, and he intercepts a lot. You can see what Fred does because we saw it in the Chelsea game, and I think we saw it against. I can't remember. It was one of the Champions League
Villarreal.
games. It was Villarreal. Yeah, we saw it. He breaks up the play. Yeah, and he intercepts a lot. We saw that. I think that's what Pep was going to go. I think Pep was when we bought Fred. That's what Pep wanted to go for. That type of player. That he wanted that type of player like Fred in his team. So we bought him
Yeah.
really for like no fucking reason, really, because like at the time we had Pogba, Herrera, and Matic, and Fred was sitting on the bench when Mourinho last few months. So like
Yeah.
McTominay, we did not. McTominay is not a box to box player. I don't even think he's a box to box player anymore. He's just a shooter.
No, he is. He is. He is, man. He's a box-to-box player, but he's just crap.
He's just fucking crap. Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's god awful. And there is loads of players that I go in January. I think the good positive ones that I can think of is Mata is definitely open to move. So whether he goes or not, if he goes, that's a good thing. Like I like my Mata. I respect him. I thought he was good in his first season. He was definitely in his prime for Chelsea. In his prime, he was better than Bruno, in my opinion. He's definitely way better than Bruno in his prime. But right now, he's done. You know, I saw. I think it was one of the Carabao Cup games. I watched Matt, and it was just like, yeah, he's not going to last. He's not going to last at Man United. I think he would be better.
When was this?
West Ham. I think he was playing for West Ham, wasn't
Was it Ollie? Yeah.
he? Yeah, Ole. That was the last time he played. But I'm talking.
How old is Mata?
he's like 33 or 32. I'm not too sure, bro. I think he was born in 98.
You know what with Mata?
88.
You know
Yeah,
what?
go on.
You know what with Mata? Yeah, is that I think because the way Ole plays, yeah, where we don't keep possession, we don't recycle possession, we just don't retain the ball. Yeah, I think that's why people are saying oh, look at Mata. Mata's done. He doesn't have the legs. Mata was never quick. You know what I mean? He was never quick. Mata was never, kind of mobile. He was kind of nimble, but he was never quick. Like I guarantee you put him in I say a pep team right now. You still look good. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's 32. Remember David Silva, guys? When David
Yeah,
Silva was 32 or something like that, he was
yeah,
pivotal, wasn't he?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We just
Yeah.
let players crap, mate. Even Majic, like, put Majic in I don't know, a possession-based team. Yeah, not just a counter-attacking one where he has to run and run and run and run. Then eventually you'll be burnt out, and people, cuss him and say, "Oh, he doesn't have the legs and stuff." Well, Matic was never quick in the first place.
Well,
Do you know what I'm saying?
people are still cussing him for the Wolves and the Burnley game, which really, in my opinion, wasn't even a bad game for him. Because the Burnley game,
Exactly.
what I saw in the first half when McTominay did go forward, that's because of Matic. That's because we had a proper CDM. Just because, and also Burnley is shit, but also Matic is a CDM. For some reason,
Exactly.
Yeah, you know,
McTominay couldn't do it against Wolves because Wolves has good midfielders. Burnley don't. Right? Wolves have Martini and Ruben Neves. Right? So
Exactly. Yep.
yeah, you know what
McTominay,
this. Oh, go on.
Martini is what? Older than McTominay, but still better than McTominay. Like,
Yeah,
that shows you McTominay is a championship player. Because he can only play good against Burnley and really Leeds United, who are struggling this season, whether you people rate Leeds manager or not. The team is bang average, you know.
Yeah.
So I think McTominay,
True. True.
it's the thing about McTominay is just annoying. Like, I don't get why people rate him. Like, people, Roy Keane was going on about Fred and Van der Beek. Like you go for the non-English players. Like this is again English agendas, but like the transfer window, but I think there is going to be loads of players going. We all know that, and the one player I think definitely deserves to leave and get game time and go to a better team or play is Eric Bailey. I'm sorry, but this guy deserves game time. This guy has played absolute good this season when he's played, and he's not getting any game time, right? And when he did play for Burnley, he wasn't even bad, right? That shows that Eric Bailey is a quality centre back. When I don't care about the injuries, right? Because I don't think he's had an injury now for 2 seasons, right? We still haven't played him. We still don't play him. That's the thing, though. Like last season, I would have played Victor. I'd play Bailey, then put him with Victor Lindelof, you know. But we didn't. We put Maguire and Lindelof. This guy signed a contract and he said he wants game times, and I think he's not been. He's not, and that's what I mean. These players have been promised a game time. Like Van der Beek's been promised game time. That's why he didn't leave in the summer. He got promised game time, and he got told, "Look, you're going to get more game time." And he thought he was going to get more game time, and look what's happened. Eric Bailey
Dave,
signed a
scrapping
contract,
on.
and I got promised more game time. He's played what? Good game against young boys. Got drops for that. It's just mad. Like Matic played well against it was at West Ham in the Carabao Cup, even though he lost 1-0. Van der Beek and him were still good, and they still get drops. But McFred, like, what is going on? Like and the Wolves game went back when we won 2-0. Matic and Van der Beek was great, but they didn't play the final. I would have played them in the final for the Europa League. Because if you had Matic at CDM, then you have Van der Beek going forward, helping out like the likes of Bruno. Rashford was going to play that game anyway, and Greenwood and Cavani. We would have won that game. We would have broke them. But we played McTominay and Pogba, wasn't it? Like Pogba
Yeah,
couldn't do
Pogba has to hold McTominay's hand because
exactly.
McTominay's the main CDM. Yeah,
And I didn't even know about Pogba's situation. This is the thing about Pogba. I want Pogba to stay so much, but if he wants to leave, are we willing to say? Do we really want to sell him for free again when we could get money from this month? Like, I
No,
don't
but
know.
you know what? Like, it doesn't make sense because Pogba wanted to leave in 2019. Came out in an interview, I think, in China, and said to the reporters and stuff, maybe it's best if I move elsewhere because we're in the Europa League. But why didn't we sell him then? Like, you know what I mean? There's no point if a player comes out and says that. you know what? I want to just go. Pep did it with Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres wanted to leave. Pep said, "See you later." Yeah, got 50 million out for him. You know what I mean? That's how we should work. Get rid
Yeah,
of them. If they don't want to be here, and replace them with people that are good players. You know what I'm saying, dude? That's what should happen.
yeah,
That is what we
absolutely.
should have done in 2019. We should have got rid of him in 2019 because he wanted to leave. Pogba doesn't want to sign no contract for 500k. To do what? We're not going to get top four. We're not winning trophies. We're not competing. He'll be 29, I think, March. Yeah, so he's still be in the peak of his powers, his prime, right? So he can still rescue his career. He can still do good. You know what I mean? He's got probably 3 years, 4 years at the top if he looks after himself very well. So he can still win trophies and go to a top club. Sure, Real Madrid, Juventus would definitely take him back as well. So yeah, that's my piece on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, man. Absolutely. Like we are a Pogba wanted, and that's what I mean. There, there's a lot of players that have want to leave. Pogba said it ages ago he wants to leave. Martial just said he wants to leave. Like, if we're gonna keep these players, like, what are we doing? You know, I see Chelsea did that with Lukaku. Now everyone's feeling. Now the manager's like, oh, we believe you, Lukaku. Like it's mad, absolute mad with Pogba. Like, I honestly, I don't know what to believe or not because again, I don't know. But look, Villa game on tomorrow night. Ralph said he's going to play his big team. Honestly, like, is this the game that Van der Beek plays? Probably not.
Probably, yeah, probably it's the FA Cup, innit?
Like, hopefully,
Well, I
if
hope
if,
so.
if Van der Beek plays, right, Van der Beek plays. I want to see Martial. If Martial's fit, I want Martial on that team tomorrow. I'd put him with he'll probably play Ronaldo, won't he? Whether it's an FA Cup game or not, he'll play Ronaldo, and I want to see Martial on that pitch. Martial, and I want to see Matic, still Matic, and Van der Beek, up centre mid. If not Cam, you play him Cam or centre mid. I would not care. And then right mid play. Like, this is hard for me personally because I don't know who's going to play because it's the FA Cup, but he might play. He might play some rotate. He might rotate a little bit, but he might still play the lots of Greenwood up right mid and Sancho still on left mid. I'm not too sure, but I think Dean Henderson will
Yeah,
play. I think Dean Henderson will definitely play tomorrow. Which, look, I'll put my hands up. I'm not the big fan of Dean Henderson, but it's the FA Cup. We need to play him. He's going to leave in the January, so give him a game
yeah,
time before he
exactly.
leaves. Give him a bit of a warm up. I think he will be rusty, but Delot's got to play. Tellers has got to play. I'll tell you what, Victor Lindelof is his fit's got to play.
But ain't Dean Henderson another player that wants to leave?
Huh?
Dean
Yeah, I
Henderson,
think he should play Dean.
He's still
yeah,
split.
he might play Heaton instead because Dean Henderson, he told Ralph that he wants to leave, didn't he?
Yeah, get rid of that arrogant guy, man. He's so arrogant. Never seen anything like it.
Dean Henderson, mate. Fuck him. We got to hate him, mate. Shouldn't have never stopped. Fucking Romero's
Yeah.
better. Romero's fucking better than Dean Henderson. I
No,
look well,
it's
Romero.
really-
It's
I
quite
agree.
stupid.
Romero, the way he got treated, criminal.
I've said this so many
Right.
times. Why the fuck did we get Tom Eaton to replace Romero when we all know Henderson's going to go? Henderson's not going to last here because Henderson's way too big for his boots, man. And that wasn't a Stormzy reference, guys. That was actually a quote. That was just quoting Dean Henderson, right, guys? Like, relax. But no, I think Dean Henderson, just because he had that good season with Sheffield, he thinks he's way too good. But no, look, Davide is my number one, but it's probably going to be Dean. He's going to be Tommy and then Dean Hazard. I don't know why I keep saying De Gea's number one. You all fucking guys know that Dean De Gea is my number one. I'm sorry. I should need to stop saying that. But no, I think Victor Lindelof should play tomorrow. Give him a game time. I think he deserves to
Yeah,
play.
he's fit.
I know he's come back from COVID, but he'll be fit. He's training, and yeah, I'd give him. We need to start giving him game times, and maybe Varane. I'd love to see Varane, play. I know it's an FA Cup game, but Varane, get him back up to his level. I know He's had an injury.
Lingard as well, mate.
Lingard's got to play. I would see Lingard play that game. I would actually see him. I would like to give him a game. So I would play Matic, Van de Beek, Lingard, Ronaldo, Martial up front. I don't know who to play right mid and left mid though. Probably Greenwood and Sancho again, isn't it? Like,
Nah, I think the FA Cup, isn't it? Yeah, FA.
Yeah.
I don't think we should play them to be. I think Ronaldo and Cavani have to take a rest. I think. Wait, how long? How long was our rest? How many days have they had off now?
The game's on Monday, and obviously we played Wolves last Monday, so yeah, it's going to be a week's rest.
Oh yeah,
everyone should be fully fit.
That's true. That's true.
It's probably going to play his big team then if everyone's fit. But again, like, it's hard to say really because like, I know we said we want to win the FA Cup, but like, I again, this shows that this job ain't fucking easy. Like seriously, these players are unhappy, right? And it's the FA Cup and you want to rotate, but then at the same time you've got players who big players who's fit, and you really, if you're not getting top four, bloody win the FA Cup, innit? Like Arsenal did it. Like I don't know honestly.
Yeah,
like, the FA Cup, it's hard to say. Like it's competition that I said we need to win and get top four. I still stick to that, whether people like or not, because we're not going to win the Champions League, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to end the stream, guys. Thank you to Zidane and
brilliant
David.
stream.
I'm gonna start doing more of these streams. I might do a solo reaction to the Villa game on Sunday. Might do, not too sure yet. And yeah, but until then, I'll see you all later. Bye for now.
All right, later.
All right.